Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the Black Friday event that has been added into World of Tanks Blitz. The Black Friday event is honestly really good this year. It also has some ways to waste your money, but there's some really good deals and discounts, which I'm going to be breaking into. I'm also going to be talking about the main event itself, which has some good rewards and some bad rewards. I'm going to be saying everything you're going to need to know in today's video. So as always, if you enjoy this type of content and you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Let's start off with the main page for Black Friday. There are three different rewards that you can get your hands on. We have the Semavente Contra Caro 64 Vipera for 400 coupons. Then we have the Lorraine 50 ton for 1,000 coupons. And finishing off, we have the 116 F3 for 1,600 coupons. We can see that here on the main event page with the coupon prices. Now, how much money does it cost to get these coupons? Well, quite a bit. If you take a look at bundles available in the store, like the Caro, you're going to get 152 coupons. So if you were to purchase the Caro and the Badger and the Object 907, you're only going to get around 360 coupons, which would mean to get your hands on just the Vipera, you would have to spend about, what, 20, 36,000, 40-ish, 55, maybe around 60,000 gold. Yeah, just to get 400 coupons. So, in other words, getting your hands on just the Viper alone is going to cost you a lot of gold. Now, there's one other way to get your hands on that gold, the coupons, and that is purchasing these bundles down here. If I were to purchase 37,500 gold for 110 US dollars, I will get 950 coupons. So, in other words, you'll have to spend about $200 just to get a Vipera, and then purchase all of these tanks up top to then get your hands on a single Lorraine 50 ton. And then if you spend another $100, you will be able to get your hands on the 116 F3. It's going to be around 350 US dollars to get your hands on all three of these tanks. Is that worth it? No, it's definitely not. The Viper is a pretty good tank. By the way, Wargaming, great job. That's not the Viper you used in the picture there. Once again, Wargaming having no clue about their own game. That's literally the tech tree, not the premium. But, oh well, good job. But the Lurian 50-ton 116 F3 are both rather mediocre tanks, and they are not worth the money that Wargaming is trying to pin them out. Don't buy them. Like, if I see any of you rolling around in a 116 F3, I don't know what to say, bruh. So that brings us to the actual main rewards of the Black Friday event, the vehicles available for gold, and the bundles around them. We're going to start off with the Caro. For 20,000 gold, is a Caro worth it? Yes. That's as simple as it gets. If you have double gold bundles available, that's 10,000 gold. And not only that, but the Caro is worth 20,000 gold. It is one of the best tier 10s in the game. It is an incredibly fun vehicle, and if you don't have it and you've been wanting to get it, I will guaranteed tell you that this is a great deal. I'm pretty sure Flossie would agree, and most other content creators, the Caro is an absolute beast. It is a really good deal for that tank. The FE217 Badger is also a pretty decent deal. For 16,500 gold, you get one of the highest DPM tier 10 tank destroyers, 3,770 damage per minute. It has pretty solid frontal protection, just got enhanced graphics. It's overall a very fun tank destroyer. I'm not going to say it is the best tier 10, but what I will say is that I have a blast while playing it, and 16,500 gold is a very good deal for this tank. 15,000 gold for a 907 is once again a steal. This is the cheapest you're going to find a tier 10 available until the Blitz Fair rolls around. And the Object 907 is an incredible tank, featuring great mobility, tracer shells, solid DPM, and overall troll turret armor. It is an absolute beast. It's one of the best tier 10 mediums. In fact, I made a video a couple months back saying it was the best tier 10 medium before the major rebalance, but it's still an incredible tank. If you want to get a fantastic medium, the 907 is the way to go. All three of these tanks are fantastic, and I can tell you for a fact that I would recommend to get your hands on at least one of them if you were planning to. I can't tell you really which one's the best. You'll have to do your own research because I think the Caro's amazing, I think the Badger's amazing, and I think the 907's amazing. So I'd say the Caro is the major one you'd want to get, though, just because it's a little bit rarer than the other two. So that's at least how I see it. The Cobra for 11,000 gold, also a pretty good deal. The Cobra is a fantastic tier 9, and it's one of my favorite tier 9s in the game, featuring solid damage per shot at 400. It has high explosive, which does 500 damage. The vehicle has gun depression, somewhat decent mobility. It's overall a really fun tank. The Cobra has been a blast for me, and it's honestly one of my favorite tier 9s in the game. So for 11,000 gold, which is the first time the Cobra's being sold flat outright, it's actually a pretty decent deal, and I'd say it's not bad at all to get your hands on. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with the camo or anything, but still not a bad deal. The Charfute Chair 4 is another great tank. It features the adaptive concealment capability, meaning that it gets unspotted faster and sees who spotted it. It has great mobility, decent DPM. For 10,000 gold, the Charfute Chair 4 is a pretty good deal, and that is the same for the WZ-114. The WZ-114 is a beast. It has a ridiculous amount of hit points at around 2,500, with 9 degrees of gun depression and 470 damage per shot, paired with okay mobility, but reactive armor. This thing's crazy. I've made multiple videos on the 114 talking about why I really like it. I think 9,500 gold for this tier 9 is a pretty solid price, and it's a fun one. So if you're looking for a solid heavy at that, the 114 is definitely a good shout. The T55A for 9,000 gold is a really good deal, but it's not my favorite style of playing. If you like Soviet mediums and you want a solid DPM, good turret armor medium, kind of like the 62A, then the 55A is a great choice. It has great DPM for the tier that it's at. It has great mobility. It has decent damage per shot. It's kind of got it all. So the 55A is a good price tag. I just can't say it's better than something like a Charfute Chair 4 or a Cobra for the fun. So I'd still say to go for the other two. The FE 100 or 1066 Senlac is nothing special. For 10,000 gold, this is a rip. It has like 190 damage per shot. Its mobility's alright, and it's a decent tank, but for 10,000 gold, it's just not worth it when you have so many other better deals, so don't get your hands on the Senlac. Kampfpanzer Project 68 Proto, this is the first time it's being sold outside of its crates originally. Do I think it's worth 9,500 gold? No. It's not. It's a decent tank. It's actually quite fun. I enjoy playing in it, but at the same time, it's not worth the money when you can get better vehicles just cheaper. So again, don't really bother on that. A Mil 1951 for 7,500 gold is an okay deal. That's about the same price you're going to see it for sale normally. So I don't think it's a bad deal, but I also don't think it's anything spectacular. But what I will say is the Mil 1951 is still one of the best tier 8 premiums in the game. So if you just want a solid vehicle for holding and doing damage, it's a pretty good shout, and I can't really say anything negative about it. The Boss Chatillon Barask for 8,000 gold, buy it. The Barask is a fantastic tier 8. It's got incredible damage output. It's got mobility. It's got everything that you would want for a medium. And because of that, I can say the Barask is just an absolute steal and a half. Get your hands on that vehicle. Now we actually have some really good deals as well. First of all, we have the Type 57 for 7,000 gold. I think that's a decent deal. The Type 57 has 9 degrees of gun depression, 430 damage per shot, an incredible turret armor profile, and a pretty good upper plate. It's basically a 2.5 with gun depression. What's not to like? So I can say for a fact that the Type 57 is an absolute good deal, and if you want a tank to go for, I would definitely recommend the Type 57. So it's a good heavy, it's a really solid tank. I know I'm saying like a lot of these deals are good, but they honestly are. I'm just stating individually what I think about each of these deals. The Defender Mark 1 for 6,500 gold is an amazing deal, honestly. I would definitely recommend to consider picking this one up. The Defender Mark 1 is one of the strongest tier 8 mediums in the game. With its clipping potential, turret armor, and accuracy, penetration, it is the best of the best for a tier 8 medium. It's the vehicle that I ground ratings for and managed to get top 10 in the server when I used it. It's just an incredible tank. Defender Mark 1 is a great vehicle that I would highly recommend to use, just for fun or for grinding. The SU at 30 PM, another great deal. 6,000 gold for this tank is pretty solid. It's got 460 damage per shot, incredible values on the camo, and it's a fun tank. It's definitely better than the Scorpion G at this point. I know a lot of people like the Scorpion, and it's got that kind of like, ooh, it's from World of Tanks PC, and it's super popular there, but the SU-130 is a better tank, so I'd go for the SU-130. 5,500 gold for the STG Guard is a pretty good deal, honestly. Also, sorry, just wiping my nose, it's a little runny. But the STG 5,500 gold is a pretty good deal as well. It's a fast tank. It's got good damage per shot at 400. I personally love it. It's one of my favorite tier 8s in the game. It's one of my highest win rate tier 8s on my main account with over an 83% for like 400 games played in it. I love the STG, and other YouTubers might say it's not that special, but I think for 5,500 gold, that's a really good deal. It's a fun tank, and it's one that you'll enjoy more than you think. So, not bad. The CS52 LIS for 4,000 gold is not bad, actually. The LIS is basically a tier 8 medium in tier 7. It has great armor. It has super good damage per shot at like 270. Thing hits, and actually, no, it's got like 290. Thing hits hard. It's got mobility. It's got decent gun depression. It's actually a really good medium. So if you just want a solid tier 7 to go for, not a bad shout. AMX 1357 is not what I would consider to be a great tank, but it is an incredibly fun tank. It has incredible damage output due to the 6-shell little pew-pew gun, and it's super fun. Definitely consider picking it up if you have some leftover gold. I'd say these other tanks are definitely the major focus, but the 1357, as I've said many times in the past, is literally one of my all-time favorite tanks. And it's because of the fact it has mobility, this crazy clipping potential, a super fast reload. It's just a beast. So if you want a fun tank, go for the 1357. The Type 62, it's a bit outdated, but still quite good. It has great heat penetration with 283 millimeters, which is insane. The vehicle has good mobility, decent DPM, and it's a fun light tank. I'm not going to say it's the best tank out there. It used to be really, really good, but it's definitely fallen down a little bit. But hey, for 2,500 gold, can you really complain? That's a super good deal, and definitely one I would consider getting your hands on if that's what you like. So the Type 62, it's not awful, but it's a fun tank. I'd say a solid 7 out of 10, and it's worth 2,500 gold at least. 244 and Stritzfon 7482, I just wouldn't recommend to buy. The 244 is mid, and the Stritzfon is also, well, just not very special. The VK90 is available for coupons, and we can see exactly how many coupons if we scroll here, and it looks like to get it guaranteed, you're going to have to spend about 300, probably about $150. Is a VK90 worth 150 US dollars? No, don't buy it. Unless you really want to get the VK90 and you also want to get like the Caro and the Badger and the 907 and the Cobra, then maybe you can pick it up, but I wouldn't recommend to do that. It's not worth it, in my personal opinion. Also, if you buy gold, you also get this event here, which gives you a bunch of different rewards. You get massive containers, you get awesome containers, you get premium tank containers. So you do get some rewards here, which are pretty decent, actually. So if you are thinking about purchasing gold, you are also going to get rewards for how much gold you, I think it's either spend or earn. I don't exactly know what it is, but you're going to get gold for buying stuff, which I guess is decent, and then you can, get some free rewards there, I guess, alongside. This Black Friday event is actually pretty good, and there's a lot of great rewards out there that you can get your hands on if that's something that you are, wanting. I would say the Caro is definitely the spotlight of the show. The 116 F3 and the Lorraine and the Vipera are cool, but they are so expensive that getting your hands on them is nearly impossible for most players, so I wouldn't even bother. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, and if you'd like to see more content like this, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!